So now we come on to the film. And so, should one really be surprised that this was transposed to the film? Well, the transposing of the novel's graphic expose of violence, sex, and misery into a film, Merelli's personally claimed that his interest was anthropological, yet he chooses to prioritise style over ethnological accuracy. And I'll explain why now. For example, we look at Braulio Mantovani, the fact that Braulio Mantovani, the scriptwriter for films like Linha de Perça and Elite Squad, always gives a modern aesthetical treatment of the polemical thematic representations, which renders a visually impressive but moralistically shallow and ambiguous reading. Consequently, stylistically speaking, this qualifies City of God as a video nasty, as it would appeal to an underage, thrill-seeking viewer, as the film critics comments attest. Strongly emotive experience. Cinema doesn't get any more exhilarating than this. And even one critic advises that if in the first 5 minutes the action don't suck you in, then it's time to scoop out your eyes and get new ones. Therefore, the film goes one step back from the book, as it provides an outsider's view due to the visually attractive experience, which overwhelms the audience rather than involve them in the story. Now, in reference to characterization, the representation of the favela residents also draws on another crowd-pleasing measure to emulate realism, as real favela youths performed as the favela dwellers, which is also a technique employed in other renowned films like Mira Nair's Salam Bombay and Hector Babenco's Shotte. However, Merelli's, unlike these other directors, chose to use untrained or young untrained actors of the late 1990s generation. Therefore, they will have different perspectives and worldviews due to their greater exposure to modern media than those characters of the 60s and 70s they're supposed to represent, thus rendering the film into a type of violent video game in which children play the hostile characters that are normally performed by adults. By the way, you can see that because that's actually illegal, but in Brazil everything's illegal. Yeah. So just moving on to the summation now. So the cinematographic adaptation of Lynn's novel, combined with the narrative's aesthetic action portrayal and the youths who play the characters with violent enthusiasm, all show how the novel's violent aesthetic can be transposed to the screen with relative ease, regardless of whether the film is able to provide a realistic depiction of late 20th century favela life. Consequently, the film acts as a global projection, or rather an international translation for the book, as violence, brutality, and action requires no translation into any language, as we can see here by the numerous versions of City of God. It's been translated several times over. Therefore, maximising Lynn's profitability without challenging the aesthetical superiority of his novel, City of God. So, in hindsight then, Merelli's and Paulo Lynn's demonstrate the dialectical debate of exposure, exploitation. Authors and filmmakers will have to face this, as techniques used to expose Brazilian social inequality equally evidences Merelli's and Lynn's awareness of the commercial potential for their projects, especially Paulo Lynn's. As a scholar of a cultural studies discipline, Liens would be able to trace reception and consumption levels. Add to this aspect a film production team and distributor like Miramax, responsible for films like Reservoir Dogs, and of course, let's not forget Pulp Fiction, then it is only a matter of time before what ironically was a thesis on social inequality becomes an opportunity for the creation of a cultural commodity. As it is now clear that even you too can have the favelas right here in your very own home. Thank you very much.
You mentioned there was the book, there was the film, and now the series. What is a significant difference and similarity? Can you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question, first of all. I think, I'm quite glad you asked that actually, because there are profound differences between film and the series, because the series, in actual fact, is like a visual apology for the film, because
Yes, it's okay, I can follow him, it's fine.
Yeah, desculpe mãe, estou aqui agora. Yeah, the series, in effect, is very much an apology for the intense violence and just the stigma that Fernando Meirelles allocates to the favelas is